And now on the African scene, two top international diplomats trying to revive peace talks and bring about a ceasefire in Ethiopia's year-long conflict have returned to the country, the foreign ministry said on Thursday. Olusegun Obasanjo, a former Nigerian president, and now the African Union's High Representative for the Horn of Africa, and Jeffrey Feltman, the U.S. Special Envoy for the Horn of Africa, both arrived on Thursday, ministry spokesperson Dina Mufti said. Both men have said they want the Ethiopian government and Barbados Tigrayan forces and their allies to declare an unconditional ceasefire and access for humanitarian aid to all areas in northern Ethiopia affected by the war. Around 400,000 people in the northern region of Tigray are believed to be living in famine conditions, and only a tiny trickle of aid has entered there for months. Widespread hunger is also reported in neighboring regions of Amhara and Afar. Activists in Sudan called on Thursday for an escalation of protests against last month's military coup, a day after the deadliest security crackdown to date on demonstrators demanding the restoration of a civilian government. The move could deepen the divide between military leaders who seized power on October 25 and a large protest movement that has been taken to the streets since a popular uprising that toppled long-ruling autocrat Omar al-Bashir in 2019. A group of neighborhood resistance committees coordinating the protest movement in East Khartoum announced in a statement open escalation against the coup until its overthrow. Medics aligned with the protest movement said at least 15 people were killed on Wednesday as security forces dispersed protests in Khartoum and other cities with gunfire and tear gas. Sudanese police said 89 officers were wounded. They recorded 1 civilian death and 30 cases of civilians choking on tear gas. And now on the foreign scene, hundreds of students walked out of school on Wednesday in a final attempt to persuade the governor of the U.S. state of Oklahoma to grant clemency to a death row inmate who is scheduled to be executed on Thursday. In 2002, Julius Jones was sentenced to death for killing Paul Howell during a carjacking 3 years ago. Mr. Jones, 41, maintains his innocence. His case has attracted support of celebrities and anti-death penalty activists. Jones' execution by lethal injection is scheduled for 4 p.m. local time at the state penitentiary at McAllister. His last hope for clemency rests with Republican Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt. Pfizer Incorporated has signed a $5.29 billion deal with the U.S. government to deliver 10 million courses of its COVID-19 oral antiviral drug starting this year, the drug maker said on Thursday. The oral drug could be a promising new weapon in the fight against the pandemic, as it can be taken as an early at-home treatment to help prevent COVID-19 hospitalizations and deaths. Pfizer on Tuesday filed for U.S. authorization of the drug Paxlovid and said it expects to manufacture 180,000 treatment courses by the end of next month and at least 50 million courses by the end of 2022. The company earlier this month said the drug cuts by 89% the chance of hospitalization or death for adults at risk of severe disease.